Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist and welcome. And this is my Flosstube 90 something, like, I don't know, 96, I don't know. It's August 1st and this is Rogue, who decided to stop sleeping with my dad, and come over here. Do you want to stay here? Yeah. Yeah. She likes to be here while I'm filming, so she can bark out the window. There's nothing out there. Nothing. Anyway, I have a lot. I talked last week about how I was so tired all the time. I couldn't stay awake. I needed naps. I would go to sleep the moment I laid down, and felt as tired when I got up as when I went to bed. And I think I have mentioned that I have chronic neck pain I've hurt my neck several times, but anyway, on Wednesday, my physical therapist said, "Do you want to try dry needling?" And I said, "Will my insurance cover it?" And he said, "Yeah, it's part of your treatment if you want it." I said, "Sure," because he said the muscles are just really tight. And I had a headache for 4 days. And he did that, and he goes, "You're going to have some muscle pain, but," he said, "your headache should be gone." And it was. And it was like the clouds had opened up and the sun started shining. I had energy. I was fully awake. You forget what chronic pain does to you. And even when you live with it, you forget what it does to you. And I didn't know what was wrong. And it was just, I was in so much pain. I guess I was just, especially with the headaches and everything. Also, we had a lot of rain this past week. So it was really nice. It was very weird because in Phoenix, it doesn't really cool off a lot when it rains. It's still over 100. We had a couple of days that were like 98, 99. But it's great. We're grateful for every drop. Are you mad because there's stuff on the couch? But I need it. Is that better? Okay. Yeah. So let's get started. I have no quilting this week because I have been running around doing I don't know what. But I feel so good that I'm like, oh, yeah, maybe I can do that. Yeah. Hi. What do you want? Yeah. So this is what my WIPGO board is looking like now. I have completed last month's WIPGO challenges. And this month, I pulled out the 2 new challenges, which I'm excited about. So last month, I told you I was working on, Black Halloween series by Twin Peak Primitives, and I was doing this one. And I reached my goal before last week, but I went ahead and kept working because I was like, it's so close. And I finished it yesterday, last day of July. But I'm very happy. So next year on WIPGO, I'm going to put another one of this series because I like all of them. I dyed the fabrics just like this for all of them. I think I might go for this pumpkin next, even though that is a lot of black thread. You know, this is small, but it took more than a skein of black thread. But I like this pumpkin with the little cat on it. It's very cute. I may start on it before that if I find myself with wanting to start something new. Who knows? I have so many other patterns that I could start. But I'm excited, and I'm going to try to get this into a pillow finish before before Halloween so I can put it out. It's my first Halloween finish. Yay! I'm very excited. I started several things for Halloween. None of them are done. So that was my WIPGO number 11 for last month. And then number 18 was 15 days on Stitching with the Housewives Silent Night. And I did complete the 15 days. And I tried my idea of just using the sparkly thread for Silent Night, and you can see it. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave it with black with the sparkly thread. Black. I want to try a little bit of the gold and sparkly at the same time and see what that would look like, but I think that would be too weird. But here's where I am so far. I'm going to go ahead and fold this again so you can actually see it. So there's going to be a tree with snow here, and a tree with snow here, and some bushes, and then buildings or something here. So maybe 3/4 of the way done. I don't know, about that. I love this. I do want to finish it. I realistically know that I am not going to finish it by this Christmas, but I was enjoying working on it, so I may pick it up and put a few stitches in here and there between now and the next time it gets called for another WIPGO, because if it's not done by the end of the year, it won't be, I will put it on WIPGO again. It is, I love all the sparkly. I wish you could see how, let me see if I can get any of that. No, not really. You can't really see any of the sparkle. Kind of right here, you can kind of see it. Anyway, I'm very happy with it. I'm happy with my changes. You can kind of see in the building a little bit of the blue from the color, because it's white with a blue in it. And whenever I paint snow, I always use blue with the white, because to me, snow has that blue color in it. So that's why I like it so much. Don't lick. So that was June completed. And so for August, 20 and 25 were called. Now this is my number 20. I'm showing you the pattern because they don't have a picture, and this is a free chart off of DMC's website. It's probably the only time I'm going to show it to you, though, just so you can get a general idea of what I'm making. I started with a center start 2 years ago. In October, it'll be 2 years. I started with a center start. This is 18 count thread that I dyed myself. This is black that's connected to this. And it's so hard. It has a lot of half stitches in it. And I was getting really discouraged because it's really hard to get those half stitches in the 18 count. And then counting down to the next thing, and So I counted up, hopefully correctly, to start the cat. And I'm just going to make the cat. And I'm going to leave spots where these go. But if this is not correctly placed, as long as it fits within the cat, I'm going to leave it. And then just make room for the others that aren't done. I think once I get that black cat in there, putting the other stuff is going to take less time, because I won't have to go, oh, wait, did I do that right? So, black cat, DMC. Hopefully, I'm supposed to do this for 10 days. I'm not going to get it done in 10 days. But if, like, And the reason I say that is because when you see what's on my plate, you'll understand. Just like the other one, if I get far enough done, I'll want to keep going. I mean, why put it down if you're that close to finishing, right? So that's DMC's Black Cat. We keep laughing about the imaginative titles that DMC gives these free patterns. And, you know, if you've never been to their website, they have a lot of free patterns. Some of them, you can ask for, whether they're beginner or whatever. I didn't. I just looked for what I liked. That's where the black whale one that I did came from, and I have one that's called Turtle, which I was looking for yesterday and I can't find it. I don't remember why I was looking for it, but anyway, it's around. So, Black Cat DMC, again, free pattern. And then number 25 is 10 days. This is a new start on, let's put it right side up, Underwater World. Now, I like oceany things. I live by the ocean. I love the ocean. I love things with dolphins and seashells and, not ships so much, but oceany things. Very attracted to them. And I kept going back to this. Do I really want it? I had a coupon because I bought that rabbit. This is by Stitchy Princess, who did Rabbits at the Cafe. I went back and got this. It's got the little, mermaid castle under the sea. It's got jellyfish. It's got more parts of the little castle. It's got crabs, seahorses, an octopus, and of course the mermaid. Different seashells. I don't know. I like it. And so I'm going to give it 10 days on this. I had started Winterful Friends here, but I had already picked this fabric for that pattern, and it is small, so I'm just going to start over here for that one. That one's over there. I'm going to start over here. And, yeah, I think it'll be fun. So, 10 days on that. So, probably I will alternate them. One day here, one day there, one day here, one day there, rather than trying to go completely on the Black Cat and then, then pick up this one. Because if I get really close to the end of Black Cat, I may not want to pick this one up, so I need to, try to get 10 days on both of those. I'm not upset if I don't finish this in 10 days. It's small pattern, so I might. And it's not full coverage or anything. But it's just, it's not related to a holiday or anything like that. So, Underwater World, Stitchy Princess. So that is my WIPGO. On the WIPGO, what I still have not completed is finishing my quilt, which is a goal for August for me. And then finishing the quilt top for Beth's quilt and the Itty Bitty Kitty Committee quilt. Beth's quilt is the other big cat quilt. And if I just sat down and did it. And then, of course, my sister's jacket, and I talked about that last week. So I almost got that out Saturday. Saturday we filmed our Three Sisters creative video. So the day's lost to me because then my sister wants to film her video, her Flosstube, and she's using the table a long time because she has to set up, and then she, films the video, and then she you know, uploads the video, and then she has to tear it down, and by that time I've lost interest in being in here. So yeah. And then for Crossstitch Camp for August, I have selected it's called Little Bee Thimble Box, and it's only 3 colors. It's the pattern is 1 inch by 7 inches, and it comes with this little packet, which has the pieces for the box. It's a little tiny box. So you put the box together, and then you put that around it. It has some pretty specific instructions. I'm just hoping that when it comes down to it, when I'm doing the finishing, I understand what I'm doing, because that's really cute. And the attic had several different versions of this, and if I like it, I know where I can find more. Yeah, so there's that. And then Boo Crew, and I'm going to put a picture up here of what the final Boo Crew is supposed to look like if you haven't worked on it or seen it. I feel like I'm talking really fast. Am I talking really fast? I don't know. That is as far as I've gotten, because I was like, oh, I'm going to work on this, and then I'm going to work on the other one, and work on this, and and then I thought, this was something I started working on because I felt like it. And the Black Series cat picture, that WIPGO challenge one, it was so close to being done, and I just wanted to work on that one, so I set that one aside. And I'll keep plugging away at it here and there, but it's not a priority. And if I don't finish it for this Halloween, and I probably won't, what I'll do is put it on next year's WIPGO, because I have found that WIPGO helps me organize my thoughts and put things methodically, that's why I put new starts on it. That's why I put quilts on it, because I remember my former mother-in-law would say, how can you work on so many things at the same time? I'm like, I don't know, I get bored with something, I move to something else. Well, this helps me kind of organize myself a little bit better. I still work on more than one thing. I'm not doing just WIPGO, but I've gotten so many finishes because of WIPGO. So I'm really happy. And now I would like to go back and finish the snowman and the bookmark. But I was doing so much that month that, I got the challenges done, but I would like to finish them. Enough about that. And then just real quick, my sister has had a whole bunch of appointments recently, some of which are far away, some of which are close, some of which take a very short amount of time, some of which today's didn't. So I've been taking stitching, and I take this little bag I made right here, and it's got a whole bunch of little smaller projects in it that I can work on, so that I can have something to work on, to do. So this is Mill Hill Kit, Letters to Santa. And if I can find it, I'll show you a picture of what it looked like before. But basically, I'm taking this off just a minute. this blue over here wasn't there. This wasn't there. So I haven't done tons on it. But, you know, a few minutes here, a few minutes there. She has a lot more appointments coming up. So I'll probably finish this. Although I won't do the beading unless I'm here. I don't want to have beads all over my car or stuff like that. You know, the place that I had to take her to a hand surgeon today, and they let you come in and sit in there, one person. It was nice and air conditioned. I had a chair to put my stuff on. It was nice with a bathroom. They had food vending machines. Not that I used them, but it was a nice place. So I was kind of excited about that. And I probably should have said at the beginning that to remember that I am doing a giveaway this week. So, but I'm not going to do that till the end, which is coming up sooner than you think. So for my berry salve, here is autumn berries. And I am working on the middle one here. I basically put this aside while I was finishing that, but I still did get a lot of work done on it. And this is Murano Carré in mustard. The neighbors have a water delivery, and inevitably, no matter what time of day I come, they arrive. That's that big loud truck you hear. Lemon drops is what I've chosen. That's not a color that is in the pattern at all. I mean, you know, in the autumn berries thing. But I thought, I tried a whole bunch of yellows on this fabric, and I liked that one. So that is, I think that one's called, I think she calls it just autumn, but it says autumn leaves, what does it say? Autumn leaves abound. And the leaves that you see, that you saw going down here are mirrored on the other side, and you know, the word autumn goes across. This is the L for leaves, leaves, and then abounds. And then it's got more leaves underneath. So that is the berry salve. So now I want to talk a little bit about my berry finishing fiascos. Not really fiascos, but they felt like it. So that's one of the things I've been doing. So the berries that I had finished, that I had not yet fully finished, Life is Better, Wolf, Stitch All Things, the berry. I plan to do the pillow. I plan to do the pillow on this. And my first berry that I stitched, I think it's Holly Jolly. It's one of these two berries. Now, this has these little peppermint buttons, and this is a leaf button. I have purchased these. I also purchased the little candy canes for the top. Yeah. And I have, for this one, I bought some dog and cat, I have a cat one too, dog and cat pins for the top. And I have them in one of my berry bags. I have two berry bags. I cannot find them, but I know they're in the bag because I saw them there. So, who knows? So, I want to talk about this one first. It was the first one that I stitched, and I forgot about the seam allowance that you need at the top. Now, I know that you're supposed to leave stuff at the top anyway. It was just foolishness, starting wrong. And everybody does something like that at some point. And I kept wondering if I was going to need to finish it as a little square or what I was going to do. And then Helen D, on her video, her mother had made her a little snowflake that she put on the top of a Christmas berry that she made, much like these. And I said, You could practically see the light bulb going off above my head. And I said, I could crochet a little strip to put on top to give it enough of an allowance up there so that I could gather the top of the berry. And if it showed, it would be pretty. Because if I sewed something to the top, with a really tiny seam allowance, it would show and it would be ugly. Because it was far enough down that the template would fit on it. It was still just a little bit high, but it was pretty close to the top. And I tried crocheting a strip that I liked, and I just couldn't find one. So I couldn't do it. I found this ribbon. Let me see if I can put something behind this so you can see what I'm talking about. I found this ribbon at Hobby Lobby. See, it's important that it have this at the top so that it won't pull out when I gather it. When you cut it, of course, it looks like this, and most of you know that, right? It looks like this, and then you do this one seam here, and then you gather it, and once it's gathered, then you fill it. What is that thread? I don't know. It doesn't belong there. So I used just a couple strands of embroidery thread, and I sewed it on there. So it's on there pretty good. And I took it right through the interfacing. Now, it's not pretty. It doesn't have to be pretty because it doesn't show up, right? That's in the fabric. That's nothing behind it. It doesn't show up. You can see it on this side. But right here, see how close that was to the top? I needed this extra edge. So I did that. And then I said, well, so if this shows when I gather it and put the cap on, it's not going to matter, right? And then I thought, well, I'll make the cap crocheted so that even camouflages that even more, right? And I made this little cap. But it's a little, I don't know, too big. I was just making it up. I used to crochet with my grandmother all the time. So I was just making it up. And you don't care if there's threads like this, because once you do this, it's inside the berry, so it doesn't really matter. But my sister had the idea that maybe, so I went to the Hobby Lobby and I bought these. And my sister had the idea that, why don't you make a red cap and then put the other colors on top, because it has the red and the green. And I said, well, that sounds good. So this one I'm actually using a pattern for. It's not very far along, but I spent a whole day working on these, working on that one, and then this. So I've kind of been spending a long time doing this, but that that's what we do, right? Needlework. So my sister went, I said, don't you have a snowflake book? And she said, yeah. I said, can you bring it when you come to shoot the video? And she, sure. So she thought that for Silent Night I was going to finish it with little crocheted snowflakes. And I was like, that's a really good idea. I might. So she had this book, which is simply snowflakes, and it's a whole bunch of snowflakes designs. And then she had this book. Sorry. Now she made this one for my mom a long time ago. It's beautiful. We gave it to her after my mom passed away. And, you know, here's some little picture holders, little crocheted angel. These are stiffened. They used to be stiffened with sugar water, but they're stiffened so that they stand up. But that one that you saw in progress is one of these. And I may do it all the way with these little thingies, I'm not sure. I'm going to keep measuring it and see what it's like. And then I'm going to put maybe 2 different snowflakes from this book on top. I have to adjust them to make sure that they're small enough to go on top. But I think that would be beautiful. And I haven't stitched the other one yet. It's on my WIPGO. I haven't stitched that, and I want to do, you know, the little, it's not a box. I think it's called a box on there. What's it called? I don't know. It's just finished. It's not like you can kind of see, you know, it's not a, pillow. It's flat. So I'm looking forward to doing these. I'm pretty excited about that. I think it'll look pretty, and it won't look like I made a mistake. So that's nice. And then for stitch all the things, I made this. Now this is not the same tape that she used. I already had this. I didn't see any point to purchase what she used, but this is a little fatter. And then I didn't have a little heart pin, but I put this little scissors. I think that'll be really cute on this. And so by the time you see me next week, these should be done. I don't know about that one, but so the other one, this one, you know, I almost forgot to sew this little button on. I guess it's supposed to be a little ball with his feet. I don't know. And the pattern doesn't say my dog's name. This is my dog's name. The pattern doesn't say that. It says dog mom. I'm not a dog mom. No, I'm a dog owner, not a dog mom. I know the feeling that they're your fur babies and all that. And she is. It's not a phrase I use. So I did a little bone with a sand colored top, and I put a little rickrack, and then I love my dog. Yeah, so that's the other one. So those are the berries that I need to finish. And then I am going to give away, I have these 2. Next week I'll give the summertime berries away. Spring Berries by Erica Michaels. So if you would like this pattern, gently used. I don't mark on my patterns, so gently used. Just put the word spring in a comment. And I will do a random drawing next week if there is more than one. So, and then next week I'll do the summertime ones. So I am almost done. I felt like I had tons, like it would take forever. But the only other thing, I've been looking for something to finish this. And I wanted to do all three and have them on like a box or something that I could use, and maybe with washers and magnets, be able to interchange them. And I don't want to do pillows. I don't have anywhere to put pillows. There's pillows on this couch and they're all pushed every which way, and I'd rather just not do pillows. So I like teal. And I had thought a tissue box would be the right size. And I did find at Michael's a tissue box. You know, had the little hole for the tissue box and all that. I could not figure out how to open that thing in order to, you know, put the tissues in. I'm like, well, okay, that's kind of useless. So I don't want that. I'm sure it does open, but my sister and I sat there trying to figure it out, and we couldn't do it. I'm like, this is going to be frustrating. I'm not going to do that. So I was at Hobby Lobby, and I said, you know, I'm going to go see if they have a tissue box. I didn't see one. But what I did see was this. And this is the right size. See, fits on there nicely. The problem is this. So if after I finish it, that they don't, if it won't finish with that handle in the way, if that's too far down, I'll remove the handle and just use the box as is. I'm not worried about that. So, because I mean, I could do it with just two, but I like all three. Not that I've started on any of the others. I'm sure she's coming out with the next one, or maybe already has. But since I like teal, I bought this paper to help finish it. Now I may need to go back and buy another piece, probably. But it looks good with this. This would only be on the outside, not on the inside. But I think that'll be awesome. So first I'm going to work on finishing the box, and then making sure I have washers and magnets that'll work. And then put that one on it. And when I get the other ones done, I'll put those on it. I probably will not be able to, I'm going to try to get the autumn ones soon after they come out. But I hate having patterns that just stack up, because I want to start all the things and then I have all these whips started, and I know everybody does that, but I really want to finish this. I want to get it where, you know, that's the one I'm going to do next, I think. Because you know my counting issues. This one is probably going to be challenging for me. But I'm excited. I finally found something to finish them on. And a lot of times when I purchase a pattern, I purchase something right away or soon after to finish it on. It is an incentive for me to have what I want to finish it on already, to not finish something and then have to go keep looking for something appropriate to finish it on. And that, I think, keeps me FFOing things. I don't want to, I have a lot of things that are not fully finished, and I want to be able to get them finished. And so I'm so happy that I got something that I'm happy with, to go ahead and finish that on. And by the way, when I saw it, I didn't measure it. I just said, that looks the right size. And so I was pleasantly surprised when it was. Excuse me. Excuse me. So I probably have more than I could possibly do in a month, plan to do. I don't think I'm going to start on the next of those. I need to cough again. I'm sorry. My throat gets really dry. So I'm going to start on the Crossstitch Camp piece first. I have a complete piece of fabric. I have it here. I just didn't take it out. Ready to go. The threads are there, ready to go. And it is very little stitching because I want to put that little box together. It looks so cute. And then I want to sew together these berries and crochet the little tops for them. If you think that anybody would buy the little crocheted topper things, or snowflakes, toppers, you know, that kind of thing. If you think that kind of thing would be something that you would be interested in, I could put them on the Etsy shop. I don't know how much they'd be. They're very frustrating, but the more that I make them, the faster they'll go. I haven't sewn with a cross stitch. No, that is not it. Crocheted with thread in a long time. And with thread, you use these steel needles, and the hook is only this big. Let me see if I can show it to you. Where is it? Very tiny. And so when I go to catch the thread, it's constantly popping off that little hook, which I find very annoying. But, you know, the more I do it, the faster it'll get, the muscle memory will come back and all that. Because I used to crochet a lot. Used to teach crochet. So it's not for lack of knowing how. It's for just haven't done it. Especially with thread, I usually use a yarn. So if you think that's something interesting that people might like, maybe I can throw a few of those up on the Etsy shop. Yeah. So I think I probably have this all done. You remember, if you want the spring berries pattern, just say spring. Okay? And thank you for listening, and I will see you in a week.